Journalists beaten in the line of duty. WBS TV cameraman Andrew Wanga is currently nursing wounds after being beaten by the DPC of Old Kampala. DPC? This is not the first time such scenes have been captured on camera. While covering the border demonstrations on the streets of Kampala, we captured this police officer beating up a photojournalist. May 2013, while protesting the closure of different media houses, journalists camped at the Monitor publications in Namuwongo, protesting the order from the government. Remy Bahati, a journalist, was roughed up by the police as she covered the media siege. In fact, a report by the Human Rights Network for Journalists says that 62 journalists were assaulted in 2013, while the Foundation for Human Rights Initiative puts the figure at 50 in 2014. Against such high numbers, one human rights activist sees it as an act comparable only to terrorism.
I believe these must start to be seen as terrorists. They are not different.
The media has written and exposed these acts of brutality, but the police is yet to make real amends.
So the Uganda Police Force has, for the last 4 years, emerged as the worst violators of media freedom and journalists' rights in this country.
Some of such pending cases include that of Vision journalist Adrian Bwanika, who on the 2nd of September last year was arrested by police officers at Kasangati and remanded on allegation that he disobeyed lawful orders of a police officer on duty. His camera was destroyed and footage deleted. The accused officer was allegedly suspended and detained at the Professional Standards Unit. No conclusive report has been released. The police has often spoken of disciplining errant officers, but there are concerns that these officers are usually transferred to other locations until when the public interest wanes. In other cases, the police only dismisses the officers from the force without facing any court action. While the Uganda Human Rights Commission highlights these cases in their annual reports, their recommendations can only go so far.
Then when we get the reports, we thoroughly investigate them. When we find that we as an institution have no mandate to handle them, we refer them to other institutions that should handle them.
Some of the cases that are still ongoing before the Human Rights Commission Tribunal for months include that of Hasfa Nachanzi, a top TV reporter who was beaten by police in Gingertown on the 11th of March 2011 while covering a procession by politicians. She lost her 2 front teeth in the process. The commission also says that it can only handle cases that are reported to it. Whether the pens will overcome the guns and clubs in the fight for democracy and freedom of the press is a question of the respect for the rule of law. Solomon Serwanja, NTV.